respected friends from the media, my fellow villagers, and all those who love Goa. Today I speak not only as a Deputy Sarpanch of Betalbatim, but also as a woman, as a daughter of this land, and as someone who is watching her village being destroyed right before our eyes. Now, what is happening in our villages is heartbreaking. We, the Panchayat members, are completely helpless. Our powers are being taken away, and you, the people who have elected us, must know this reality so that we fight the system together in the interest of our village and villages. We sit in the Panchayat office, we study files carefully, we listen to the concerns of our villages, and we pass resolutions to protect our land, our environment, our children's future. We do the best we can. I really do it and I mean it, but what use is all that when the government itself has made us powerless? Files come to us for construction licenses, but they are only for namesake now. By the time they reach our table, they already have TCP clearances, health approvals, and PWD water certificates. And these departments give their approvals sitting far away, without knowing the ground reality of our village, while we are struggling in sorting out issues like garbage, sewage, etc. right under the sun. We are facing water scarcity, but big projects still get certificates saying water is available. We have just raised the water shortage issue yesterday, where people had no water for 15 days. They promised that we would get the supply by late evening, but today morning there were several calls saying there's no supply till now. What should we answer to the people? Our farmers are struggling, but hotels and mega projects are using up all our groundwater for swimming pools. Our fields, our water bodies are being polluted by waste from these same hotels, and we are supposed to keep adding more projects? Till when? Till we die of thirst? Till our fields are destroyed and we die of hunger? Is it not our responsibility to foresee the threats that are likely to hit our village? And what about our safety? We had several robberies in our village, so these and many more issues are being taken up in our meetings. And what is worse, those in power, those in departments like TCP, BDO and others are the ones facilitating these illegalities. They twist the rules, they ignore violations, they pass orders, sitting in air-conditioned offices, while we, the villagers, suffer the consequences. And it seems like we are only supposed to collect garbage, clear sewage, and clean drains. Now, what we want to highlight are cases where, in spite of observing so many violations while receiving applications for construction licenses, on Panchayat's rejection after a field study, the approvals are granted by the higher authorities. In one case, after a field study, there were reports from BMC, VDC, and from concerned villages highlighting the consequences and threats that would arise from the environment disturbance and effects on the livelihoods of farmers, etc. But all that the BDO focused was a TCP clearance, ignoring all our field study and ill effects that are likely. Now there is another recent case about a tea stall, which is a two-storied building. The owner and the TCP calls it tea stall, which also needs attention. When upon observing several violations like encroachment on communal land, no title documents, peace blend without the required setback from the compound wall and the major district wall, and he also had no commercial sanad. And worst of all, there's no parking space. And when he applied for construction permission, we rightfully rejected his application, but he takes it to the BDO and additional director, and they ignored all the facts and passed orders in his favor. We challenged this in district court and the high court and even revoked the license, but still he continued. And recently, after completing his building, he applied for an occupancy certificate. We took a resolution to keep it pending until the courts give their decision. Again, he ran to the BDO using absurd legal technicalities, and despite telling us earlier that occupancy is not in her jurisdiction, the BDO passed an order forcing the secretary to grant him the certificate. The same was being done at the time of construction license. Now, should the secretary and the Panchayat members act like puppets? Is it not going to set a big example for the others to follow? The so-called tea stall is right on the road on a sharp turn. No setback, no safety, no parking. Behind the structure is touching the compound wall. But the TCP officers, BDO, Deputy and additional directors keep twisting the law and forcing Panchayat to sign papers against our will. We are not against anyone earning their bread, but there are rules and regulations for everyone to follow. So whatever one does, it has to be done rightfully, and when it is not right, when the system itself is used to destroy our village, it becomes our duty to stand up and speak. If this continues, Goa will not remain Goa. Our villages will not remain villages. This will all turn into concrete jungle, which we have seen is already turning in the other sides. Most of the other villages and in the north side is completely destroyed. Is this what we want to leave for our future generation? I appeal with all my heart to the Panchayat Minister. Please act against these unlawful acts of the officers. I appeal to our Chief Minister. Please restore powers to the Panchayat. Let us protect our villages as we want, because as a villages, only we know what is best for our village. Our villages do not want this kind of development. We want our land, we want our water, our peace, our clean air, our culture, our topography, our demography. We want sustainable development, and so we, the Panchayat members, we are all ready to fight against any unlawful acts, no matter what.
The work keeps on going on, the illegalities keep on continuing. So what is left in our hands? The villagers blame the Panchayat body, but we do our best and then nothing, no fruit for that. It's like we've been bulldozed by the video and the higher authorities. When the TCP also, they just issue licenses without coming and actually seeing the place, whether they are permissible to have such a construction. And in the end, they are not blamed, but the Panchayat body is blamed.